It's a film about the making of How to Be Boss, and I'm here animating our turkey character that we designed for Najati for the torture film. Wasn't an original character in the How to Be Boss plan. Originally, what we had were a series of Harlequinade characters, the Columbine, Harlequin, Pierrot, Pantalone, and so on. But they weren't really working. The one that survives, or the one that survived for the longest, was the Plague Doctor. It's quite appropriate to be talking about this now because the Plague Doctor turns up in, what was the Dan Brown book? Unlike so much of Dan Brown literature, it's only half understood. The Brown talks about the Plague Doctor having a long nose because the plague was supposed to be carried through scent, and so the nose was stuffed with spices and things. Partly true, but the shape of this mask, this beak-like shape, goes back to earlier ideas and the plague, and probably the plague in the Middle Ages. And here, the people thought that the plague, the Black Death, was caused by birds. Now we know it was caused by rats and fleas. Anyway, so by wearing a mask which looks like a bird, you drive away the evil spirits. In the same way, the mask has got red stained glass eyes, and the idea of red was supposed to drive away evil. So if you're particularly ill, you festoon your bedchamber with red silk, and this would drive away the evil. So primitive magic, probably rather more than primitive medicine, but nevertheless, Dan Brown is only partially correct in his in his description, and that's probably what we expect from Mr. Brown. With our bird, we found that we could get him to speak to camera. So it's a bit of a change from getting me speaking to camera. And what we were doing here was we only had 3 weeks to make the film, and so our original idea was to mix live action and animation, and then our lighting fused, and we didn't have time to wait for new lights, so we decided to animate the lot, which meant rotoscoping me. The hands mostly are done with key animation like this, and then the intertitles and the walk cycles. These owe quite a lot to political cartoons which we were doing at the time. So we did a political cartoon of Mrs. Thatcher taking the part of Meryl Streep in The French Lieutenant's Woman, and we did a cartoon of David Cameron, and it just struck us as very exciting to make these characters walk and animate, and to be able to restore Mrs. Thatcher's comment about society in its longer form, to make it clear that this wasn't a put down. Society, there is no such thing as society. Yes, because we all individually have to take responsibility for what we're doing. We can't pass the buck onto some organisation. That organisation is made up of individuals. That's what she was saying. John Maynard Keynes, yeah, he was another character that we enjoyed drawing. So the original plans for How to Be Boss with Harlequin and there's Harlequinade. The Harlequinade was a tradition in British theatre which persisted until probably about 1930, particularly in pantomime, where the pantomime characters would undergo a great transformation at the end of the show, and emerge as characters from Commedia dell'arte, and then there would be a sort of slapstick moment. The slapstick was a little stick that Harlequin carried with two bits of wood, and so you batter it against your knee or something, makes an almighty sound, and he would use this to change the scene, and then there would be a chase of some sort. So we thought we could put in Harlequin characters, but it was too distracting, and we didn't have enough time.